10 years ago, I made a Grinch cake and it wasn't the best cake that I've ever made in my life. So last year I decided to see if I could redo it and see if I'd improved anything over the last 10 years. As you can see, I'm handling the cake a lot. Well, I don't usually do that and I usually wear gloves. However, for this project, I was using a lot of old leftover cake that had been at the bottom of the freezer for quite some time. So it was way past its best and it wasn't actually going to be eaten by anyone. Instead of just throwing it out, I decided to reuse it to practice my skill and have a little bit of fun. This was him covered in chocolate ganache and ready for me to add some details. So then I started using some modelling chocolate for his face, and this is where I got to before I realised that I needed to make some sugar eyes. So I use a sugar substitute called isomalt, and it's literally just poured into these moulds, and then you pop them out and they look pretty realistic. Then I use a blowtorch to get rid of all the bubbles and cover them in an edible glaze, and they look really cool. Kind of creepy at this point, so I think I need to add a little bit more detail. Okay, that's a bit better. So then I'm just going to keep on going, and I'm going to use this little Dresden tool to add in lots of definition to the face. This is by far my favourite part, adding in all the sculpted details. But this is where it can go wrong, because if you don't get those details right, you're not going to look like the character that a lot of people know and love. So I kept going at this for a few hours until I was happy with the shape, and then I added in a little bit more detailing. Then it was time for texturizing, and this takes a long time. So I just went all over it with my Dresden tool and added lots of texture. Next up was starting to add a little bit of fondant for his belt and his shirt. And I understand not everyone likes fondant. I don't like fondant. However, it's just for decoration. So if you want to peel it off, then that's up to you. If you like it, then eat it. What do you guys think? Do you like fondant or do you not like fondant? I think it's a little bit split, but I think I know which way it's going to go. Then I added some cocoa butter colored green to paint him. People always ask, why are you painting your cakes? But I'm not actually using paint. I'm using melted cocoa butter and powder food colorings. So I mentioned that cake I made 10 years ago. Well, this is what it looked like. I mean, it was okay for my first, but it really wasn't that great. And this is the cake I made last year. I think you'll agree that there is quite a bit of improvement. Well, I hope so anyway. You can also see that his leg was bent in a pretty precarious position, and the fact that he's balancing on that, well, some magic had to be done, that's for sure. And just for scale, here's a little video of me next to the cake. And that's it. Merry Christmas, everyone. I hope you love it.